The New York Giants completely blew their first-round pick by trading in to draft Jaxson Dart. Here's why you shouldn't expect great things from him. I'm incredibly conflicted by what the New York Giants did in the first round of the 2025 NFL Draft. I had Abdul Carter as my highest-rated prospect. I think he is a 15-plus sack guy in the NFL. I also think that putting him in a pass rush unit with Kayvon Thibodeau and Brian Burns now makes the Giants' defensive line the best in the NFL. They have the best pass rush trio out of any team. They can use them in so many unique ways. But I am so upset, so unbelievably upset with their decision to take Jaxson Dart. I could not be more conflicted by my team's decision-making because they took my favorite player and then my quite literal least favorite player. I have been so disgusted not knowing that the Giants were going to take him the whole process with the discourse over Jaxson Dart. People have said that he's got a big arm. He doesn't. People said he's a great decision maker. He's not. He's hesitant. He's delayed and late on those decisions all the time on film. He sucks at moving on to a second read because he played in an offense that made the first read so stupidly easy for him that he didn't need to develop that skill set. And he's also not as accurate as everyone thinks that he is. There are plenty of times where he's thrown behind his receivers on film, but is bailed out by, again, the play calling, setting him up to have good completion percentage. I don't think that Jaxson Dart gets the Giants where they need to go. This is, at the very best, Andy Dalton. If they end up with Andy Dalton and they hit their ceiling and he goes on to get them to the wild card, that's great. That's all fun. That's wonderful. Cool, we're competitive. But this feels like a mail-in type pick because your team has been so shit for the last 5 years that you're trying to go with something safe. You're trying to have some sort of a safer approach at quarterback. But when we start to get knocked out every single year, the wild card round, just like freaking Andy Dalton is, I'm going to be saying I told you so to any Giants fans that are trying to hype this up.
I think he's got a higher ceiling than Andy Dalton. I haven't seen Andy Dalton's prowess on a beer die table. I haven't seen Andy Dalton be able to be a frat star quarterback, absolute legend at Ole Miss. What are you doofus is doing? How is Joe Shane's kid nailing the pick a day before on his Instagram and they still do it? How is this? And honestly, honest to God, my theory with quarterbacks, until you have one, you need to draft one. Every single year, enter the lottery. If you like the guy, draft him. If that's what happened with the Giants, then technically I should be able to support it. But their house, the house of the New York Giants, is so messy and out of order that it's not, I can't defend it. How is this possible that the son of the GM is leaking the pick a day before and they're still making that same pick, which was a bad pick for an overrated, not first-round quarterback?
Well, the worst part about this is I really don't think that they needed to trade back in. They had one of the first picks in the second round. All of the teams that were sitting where they were, none of them were going to touch quarterback. Not a single one. He made it past the Steelers. Nobody else. And I don't think anyone was that geeked up about him that they were going to trade back in. They traded with themselves. They quite literally, you know what I bet the war room was like? They probably didn't have anyone messing with them. The typical war room stories that you hear where a team hears about so-and-so is calling to move up to some spot. A team might pick up the phone and call your team and say, hey, we're getting calls about so-and-so coming up to get Jaxson Dart. You need to make the move. I bet you that Joe Shane and Brian Daboll, I need the video. They're probably like, man, I'm really worried. I think somebody's going to come up here. We got to do something. And they probably started panic calling everybody. This is just such a stupid pick. And here's my biggest part with all of this. I've already highlighted why he's not a good player.
Yeah.
I don't think he plays this year. I don't think that the way that they constructed the quarterback room that he's going to touch the field. This is not Kenny Pickett with the Steelers a couple of years ago. He's not going to touch the field. Russell Wilson and then Jameis Winston's probably going to get opportunities before he does. I'm calling it now. This is a Josh Rosen type pick, but worse. He doesn't see the field. New GM comes in. New head coach comes in. They draft another quarterback next year. I'm betting you that's what happens.
You guys reserved a table for dinner right by the bathroom. You could have walked in and got that table anyways. Nobody wanted it. But you said, hi. Yeah, table for two, please. Shane and Daboll. Yeah, right by the bathrooms. I want to smell
an empty restaurant.
Empty restaurant. You're choosing to park at the far side of the parking lot of the Costco when there's dozens of spots open closer. I've never seen something. I'm sure I have. But just the albatross that is the New York Giants, and the fact that this kid isn't going to play, and he's not going to play behind two mediocre NFL quarterbacks, burning time, living the life in New York. Do we know if there's some connection that they're family friends and this is like a, hey, let your nephew stay with me in New York. He can have the time of his life for a year. We're just the loaded family.
Wait. Hold on for a second. This is a take now that I have that just came to my thought. We kind of talked about, we had spent a lot of time in the pre-draft talking about like guys that are good fits for the area, like guys that we know are like getting caught up in the New York lifestyle. Yeah. I thought the Travis Hunter would have been great here because he wouldn't have gotten caught up with any of that stuff. He would have just been happy moving into an apartment, probably in the middle of middle of nowhere part of New Jersey near the facility, and he would have just played video games and gone to practice. Seeing the videos of Jaxson Dart getting caught up cheating on his girlfriend makes me know that he's going to get caught up here. I'm not saying he's going to get in trouble for anything, but I know he's going to get distracted. Look at the kid. Look at the freaking kid. He is a frat star. They drafted a frat star to play quarterback. He's not a quarterback. He is what was Joker's name from Blue Mountain State?
Oh God.
Did you watch Blue Mountain State?
I did. I did not enjoy
whatever. Alex, I'm running on 3 hours of sleep. That's what they got. It's Blue Mountain State.
Alex Moran.
They drafted Alex Moran. That is who they drafted.
We'll see him going out in the West Village. It'll be nice. We'll be popping into some
nice. If I see Jaxson Dart in the West Village, I'm shouting at him. I don't care. You can't stop me. I am going to yell at him.
Oh, what if he's going out with Evan Neal and the big fellas? Probably not.
Worried about Evan Neal? Evan Neal ain't protecting him.
What do you mean? Not even in a bar? He can't protect his blind side?
No, I bet not. Evan Neal's the most selfish offensive lineman in the NFL. Are you kidding me? Hey, Jaxson, you got it, man. Oh, that guy's not that big. You got him.
No, I'm busy. I'm busy. Can't help you.
God. I hate this pick. This pick really – I just knew coming in to round this out, I just knew coming into the day that there was no way that they were going to do this right. This always happens. You pick a player, the player that I can't stand. It's Daniel Jones all over again.
I'm going to throw up. Why is it always you guys? It could be any other team. It's always the Giants. Oh, I can't live insufferable.
Hit the like button and subscribe. Comment your thoughts below, Giants fans. We'll talk to you later.